Have you ever realized the strange paradox that companies focused on a large purpose are often the most profitable financially over the long term? We have long been mistakenly taught that capitalism is a ruthless struggle, driven solely by maximizing shareholder profit above everything else. Conscious capitalism is a powerful, revolutionary philosophy challenging this outdated view, asserting that purpose and profit are fundamentally two equally important sides of the same success coin. This model produces not only financial wealth, but also intellectual, ecological, and social wealth for all parties involved in the company's ecosystem. Research proves that companies implementing these principles significantly outperform the S&P 500 by incredibly large financial margins over several decades. Mastering these four core pillars of consciousness is the key to creating an organization resilient to shocks and deeply loved by its customers. What is the one foundational pillar that company leaders must fundamentally change before the three other pillars of consciousness can effectively take root? I will dissect these four pillars, confirming the single most important one in the middle section of this video. I personally witnessed the major failure of a company exclusively focused on short-term profits, where a fear-based culture sacrificed crucial innovation and employee loyalty. Our team collectively suffered from severe burnout because we were rigorously measured only by financial figures, never by the positive value or impact we were creating for society. I soon realized the company's struggle was never a market problem, but fundamentally a spiritual crisis and a crisis of purpose that systematically eroded the internal motivation of every employee. Perhaps you also feel this dilemma, wanting your work to hold deeper meaning, but being forced to focus only on shallow and transactional key performance indicators, KPIs. Studying conscious capitalism transformed my view, showing me that a company can be a heroic force actively solving global problems. We will explore how integrating a higher purpose can biologically increase team engagement. The primary conflict currently plaguing the global economy is the rigid dominance of shareholder theory, which dogmatically dictates that the sole purpose of business is to maximize wealth only for its shareholders. This narrow, outdated view has historically allowed companies to ruthlessly sacrifice employee well-being and quality for increased short-term profits. This approach creates organizations driven by force, coercion, leading strictly through fear and monetary incentives that are merely temporary and transactional. The old model fails to recognize that in the long term, sacrificing other key stakeholders will cause reputational ruin and significant sustained profit decline. Conscious capitalism fundamentally rejects this premise, asserting that the business purpose must always be higher than just achieving narrow financial gain. The first and most transformative pillar of consciousness-based economics is higher purpose, which provides the organization with a compelling reason for existence that extends far beyond just making money. This clearly defined purpose serves as an unwavering moral compass and a powerful energetic source, deeply inspiring all stakeholders to unify themselves behind a noble mission. A strong purpose scientifically boosts employee engagement, because research shows that individuals who perceive meaning in their work exhibit 50% higher productivity than the average worker. Companies that successfully articulate a higher purpose, such as making healthy food universally accessible, possess a superior ability to attract top talent easily. This higher purpose transforms daily work from a mere obligation into a noble calling, triggering deep emotional commitment. The second essential pillar is stakeholder orientation, which respectfully acknowledges and actively manages the complex interdependence between all parties that influence and are influenced by the company. These vital stakeholders include employees, customers, suppliers, the local community, and the environment, alongside the crucial shareholders who provide capital. This ethical approach is fundamentally supported by stakeholder theory, which proves that a business must create balanced value for all parties simultaneously. Research confirms that companies prioritizing employee well-being experience 40% higher retention rates, drastically reducing the substantial costs associated with recruitment and training. Treating key suppliers as genuine strategic partners, rather than disposable commodities, also strongly encourages mutually beneficial innovation and high-value collaboration. The third pillar is conscious leadership, which serves as the crucial foundation that must be correctly established before the other pillars can function effectively. Answering the open-loop question. This specific leadership style demands that executives transcend personal self-interest and ego, leading with profound moral compass, empathy, and high emotional intelligence consistently. Conscious leaders successfully combine systems intelligence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual intelligence, making them uniquely capable of holistically assessing the widespread impact of their every decision on all stakeholders. They consciously lead from a position of power, authority earned through integrity, rather than force, coercion driven by fear, which reliably creates a pervasive culture of deep trust. Research shows that leaders centered on purpose and service possess a superior ability to attract employee engagement and loyalty that naturally transcends mere monetary reward systems. The fourth pillar is conscious culture, which functions as the essential glue bonding all other pillars together, ensuring that the company's purpose is fully internalized within day-to-day operations and team behavior. This specific culture intentionally creates a workplace environment where individuals feel safe, empowered, and fully able to self-actualize, viewing the company as a supportive community that fosters growth. Key elements defining a conscious culture include deep trust, radical transparency, accountability, and a commitment to continuous learning across all levels of the hierarchy. A strong conscious culture fundamentally reduces destructive uncertainty and chronic fear, which neurologically frees up the vast cognitive energy of employees to focus entirely on innovation. Companies that prioritize this type of culture rarely need to spend heavily on external recruitment because existing employees naturally become the brand's best advocates, readily attracting superior new talent. The most compelling empirical evidence for conscious capitalism comes from meticulous financial performance analysis of companies that explicitly adopt these four pillars, consistently showing superior financial results. Studies by Sysodia rigorously identified conscious companies that consistently delivered an astonishing 1,646% return to investors over a 15-year period, dramatically outperforming the 157% return generated by the S&P 500 during the identical time frame. This sustained superior performance is not random luck. It is the direct, predictable result of heightened employee engagement, profound customer loyalty, and rapid innovation driven by a strong, unifying purpose. Companies like Whole Foods, Southwest Airlines, and Costco are living proof that authentically serving the world is the most profitable strategy for building a truly great business. Profit simply becomes the natural byproduct of serving all stakeholders exceptionally well, rather than the singular, self-defeating goal pursued at all costs. A higher purpose demonstrably enhances employee engagement because it biologically triggers the release of oxytocin and dopamine in the brain, key neurotransmitters associated with motivation, trust, and deep social bonding. When employees feel their daily work possesses meaningful purpose, their brains provide an internal reward that is far more powerful and sustained than a simple, transactional pay raise or bonus. Dopamine effectively boosts motivation and laser focus, while oxytocin powerfully strengthens team trust and the essential collaboration required for solving complex problems efficiently. Research shows that teams driven by purpose consistently report 4 times higher engagement levels, which directly contributes to significantly better productivity and substantial reductions in turnover rates. Conscious capitalism is fundamentally a neuroscience-based strategy that optimizes brain chemistry for maximum sustained performance. The greatest practical struggle for companies transitioning to this model is accurately measuring the non-monetary value created for crucial stakeholders like the environment and communities, which often bypasses traditional profit and loss statements. New forms of accounting intelligence are critically needed to quantify social impact. For example, carbon emissions, employee well-being metrics, and integrate these crucial metrics into managerial decision-making matrices. However, ignoring these crucial non-monetary values presents massive reputational and operational risks that could easily cost the company billions in the long run. Implementing a triple bottom-line metric, people, planet, profit, is the essential strategic action that directs conscious management attention toward the company's comprehensive holistic impact. Measuring purpose is the key to ensuring that the stated purpose is genuinely implemented as a guiding principle rather than remaining an empty public slogan. In conclusion, conscious capitalism offers an ethical and financially rewarding blueprint. Companies must consciously operate with 4 rigorous pillars: higher purpose, stakeholder orientation, conscious leadership, and conscious culture to achieve true, sustained performance. The fundamental conflict between profit and ethics is successfully resolved by replacing the old shareholder-centric model with the stakeholder interdependence model, which is inherently sustainable and morally robust. Scientific and financial evidence confirms that serving a higher purpose directly boosts employee engagement and consequently increases strong investor returns dramatically. You possess the moral authority and power to transform your business into a powerful force for good by consciously adopting these principles as the foundation of your entire organizational strategy. Your primary goal now must be to become the leader who intentionally elevates the consciousness frequency of the entire organization. Therefore, now is the decisive time to immediately begin initiating conscious leadership transformation within your organization starting today, avoiding all detrimental delays. Challenge yourself to rigorously redefine your company's higher purpose, ensuring it is authentically resonant and truly inspiring to every employee and customer you serve. Remember this profound truth. Profit is the inevitable result of serving the world exceptionally well, not a blind end goal to be pursued ruthlessly, which is the highest truth in sustainable business. If this powerful conscious capitalism guide has fully opened your eyes to your true sustainable potential, please show your deep commitment by immediately hitting the like button right now. Subscribe and widely share this essential video so that more leaders fully understand that the final secret to lasting excellence is creating enduring value for all, not just for a few,